Happy Spookies, everybody. Welcome back to my Horror Corner. I'm Drop Dead Fred, and this is going to be just a really quick video. I recently watched this movie, and it's just been stuck in my freaking head. It was so freaking intense for me. It was very hard to watch. There was a point where I had to stop, pause the movie, smoke a bowl, and just be like, whoa, what the fuck am I watching? So I remember hearing about this movie when I was a kid. I had some friends telling me about it in California. They were like, oh, you have to watch this movie. And back then I was chicken shit, dude. I did not grow up on horror movies, okay? I did not want to watch freaking horror movies as a kid. I didn't. But I remember having this memory of them telling me about this movie called The Entity. And they kind of described what it was. And I was like, what the fuck? This sounds, no way. Very recently on my channel, I cannot remember right now off the top of my head, I will look for it. Somebody recommended this in my comments, and like, you should check out this movie. And I was like, I remember hearing about this, okay. And I watched it the other night, and oh man, it was fucked up, man. It was a hard watch, and honestly, it was a bit terrifying at times. I think what really got to me was the concept. It's actually based off a novel by Frank de Filida, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, which is based off a true story of this lady who claims that she was assaulted by an invisible force. She was essayed. It was fucked up. The way that it's depicted in the movie was so rough. What I also really enjoyed about this movie was the acting and the music. Wow. We have Barbara Hershey. I don't know if I'm saying that last name wrong. Right. She just came out with a new movie called The Manor. She's also the mother in the Insidious movies. That's where I remember her from. We have Ron Silverman, who plays like this psychiatrist or something, who's trying to be helpful, but it's fucking crazy. We have this regular mom. Just this is what I love about the beginning of this movie too, because it doesn't take long to fucking things start getting fucking nuts and crazy. For reals, it's like 5 maybe 7 minutes most, we get the first fucking attack, and it's rough to watch. But the opener is so it's fucked up, because it just shows you how she's nobody in particularly special. She just has a job, she goes to work, she deals with shit at work, she comes home, she deals with shit with not like in a bad way, but she's dealing with her kids. And she's in her bedroom, she's changing, it's just any other night. And all of a sudden, like, she just gets this weird sense. I can't remember if she smells something. I think she might smell some type of odor. But all of a sudden, you just see her, like, something just fucking smacks her or hits her. And then it goes down, and she's essayed right there. Her first thought is there's somebody in the house, like somebody just broke in and fucking did this to her, and she like yells for her kid, and he goes and looks around, but like there's nobody there, and she gets the fuck out of the house. It's fucking nuts, and it like almost happened the second time. I think it like the first hour of this movie was so fucking intense. I will say that. I also say that the movie is great, so fucking good. It loses its momentum in intensity and almost scare factor about a little over halfway into the movie, like an hour or so. Once we kind of meet the science dudes and stuff, it's still really good. The experiment they do is fucking crazy, how it like kind of backfires at the end. That part was fucking scary, but this first whole hour of this movie was it was fucked up, dude. The way that it was depicted, I don't know. I can see this being triggering for people. Like I said, there was a point, it was like right around the bathroom scene. If you know what I'm talking about, it's fucking messed up, dude. I don't know. It's a really good movie though. Like, I don't know. The music, holy shit. It was really good score, but when things got really intense, the music was so piercing.
I give to the Lord.
Thinking about scenes, and I'm just like, man, I saw this like maybe 2 days ago, and it's still just like stuck in the back of my head. It's messed up. Really, really, really good movie though. Really fucking good movie. One of the better like 80s movies that I've fucking ever seen. And a lot of that is due to the main actress, Barbara Hershey. She was just fucking phenomenal in this movie. She's dealing with like all her kids. I found them all believable. It was fucking, it sucks. There was a part where she's attacked in front of the kids. And like the daughters are just there crying because they don't know. The son, he kind of, like the mom's been trying to explain what's been going on, so he kind of tries to like get this invisible force, but he's like electrocuted and shit. It was crazy. Then we have like the second half of the movie where she's introduced, she's in a store, like a bookstore, looking for information because throughout the first hour of the movie, she's introduced to Ron Silverman's character, who is like the psychiatrist, and of course he's very skeptical. He doesn't believe any of this. I don't think he ever believes it up until the very, very end. You have these group of doctor fucking asshole fucking fuckers that are just, she's crazy. She's dealing with traumatic shit that happened to her when she was younger or some shit like that. And it'd be like that, I bet. So she's pretty much done with these dudes because they're like, the dude's like basically not like, just go home and relax. You know, take a bath. You know, it's all in your head. You're dealing with something that, you know, your dad used to do to you. I don't know. It's rough, dude. It's really rough. But then, you know, she's in a bookstore and she meets, like, she's overhearing these, like, two guys talk. And it sounds like kind of paranormal stuff. And she just like, well, I've had all those kind of incidents occur at my house. So she takes them to their house and they fucking experience, like, this, like, earthquake type of shit. And we're introduced to like all these other like parapsychologists. So then we have like this bumping of heads between the parapsychologists and like just like the regular psychiatrist people or psychologist people. It's pretty funny. But you know, the other half's on her side and the other half of people just don't believe her at all. So it all concludes in this crazy fucking experiment where they basically build like this type of house, this replica of a house inside of like a basketball court. They're gonna try to isolate it and just freeze it. And it ends up backfiring. It's really freaking intense. Honestly, I was like, holy shit, dude. I was stoned. I was like at the edge of my bed, like, oh fuck, what's gonna happen? And no, dude, this movie was fucking solid. 100%. And yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that. It was really good. Really quick, I would like to talk about this other movie I was able to see called The Deep House. It doesn't officially come out until like November something, but it was a really, really, really good concept of a movie. And what we have is this couple. They're like urban explorers. They run like a YouTube channel or some shit, right? And they're like on a vacation somewhere. And at one point they're hanging out, they're lounging outside somewhere, and the boyfriend goes to get refreshments and he comes back and he said, hey, this guy is offering to take us to this secluded lake where there was like a flooding or something. And at the bottom of the lake, there's a perfectly preserved house.
At the bottom of this part of the lake, there's a perfectly preserved house.
And them being urban explorers, or like the girlfriend at first, she's kind of like, I don't know, we're on vacation, you know. But he's just like, you know, we gotta do this, we have to do this, blah, 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 the channel, blah, 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 blah. They end up going. It's a very secluded spot. They're like driving forever, and then they have to like walk forever. They're scuba divers, so they have their own gear, and I thought this was really cool that they have their own gear. They have like stickers on there and shit. But just imagine this imagery of these people scuba diving all the way down the lake of a lake, and there's like a freaking house, like a mansion-sized house. And the kicker, it's fucking haunted. I don't think I have some issues with it. It's mostly the end that I have an issue with it. It's like the last little bit. It just, I don't know. It's just like, oh, you didn't need to explain to us all this. I think we could have picked it up with like the clues and shit. There's like an exposition dump that really just, it feels like you're being hand-fed information, and I just don't like that. I'm not the smartest dude, but I like to try to figure out shit on my own. And at the very end of the movie, after all the mysterious shit, they kind of just explain everything really fast, and you're just like, oh, okay, well, that was random, but all right. But no, it was a solid fucking movie with amazing, amazing visuals. Now, the movie is hybrid found footage, so it has a lot of found footage style POV shots, and then when they're swimming, it kind of like goes into like the cinematic third perspective type of shot, and it opens it up. Like if it would have done found footage 100%, you wouldn't be able to pull off some of the shots that this movie had, because having that third perspective really opens it up for some beautiful underwater shots of them going through a gate, them swimming around the house, trying to figure out a way into the house. And they get into the house through like the very, very top window, like the attic or something, and they go through all these floors and everything. And as it gets lower, it gets really creepier. But just the imagery of like floating lamps staying in place crooked, or chairs like that, was really fucking neat. I don't want to give much away, but it genuinely had a lot of freaking creepy moments. Like, some of the imagery was fucking nuts. I was like, oh shit, this is fucking weird and creepy, dude. It's just a haunted house. And then like the ending was so, oh man, like I said, there's a lot. Like, what this movie has going for it is visuals for sure. The concept alone is fucking killer, and just tons of creepy moments that are just kind of lost at the very end of the movie. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, but just that last like fucking few minutes, I just was like, oh, well, we didn't need to be explained all that. And I will say that I don't want to say that actually, because I feel like I want to say how the way the movie ends, how it made me feel, but I feel like it might ruin things. But I did enjoy the last bit, and I think there is a post-credit scene if you stay till the end. But yeah, these are two movies that I recently saw and just wanted to talk to you guys, and would recommend if you ever get a chance to watch them. The Entity, there's trigger warnings left and right there, content warning, whatever. Yeah, be prepared for that one. And the Deep House was just visually stunning. Anyways, it's time to end the video. I hope you enjoyed. No, but for reals, I appreciate the continued support, and I just want to say happy spookies and happy Halloween.
There's cold spots, there's the smell, there's objects moving around randomly, and in this case, there is the appearance of an apparition.
Yeah, but that's just it. The appearance of an apparition and the sudden movement of objects just don't occur simultaneously.
Excuse me. Excuse me, they do. I have them all.
You do.